I don't know what the hell you guys are all doing with your lives, but right now you're live with the Cunt Stream. Right now we got us a special guest, the Bunty King. How's it going there?
I'm doing well.
All right. Some of our other special guests are Stuttering Soliloquy, as they stutter to find the pronunciation. We also got Sinatra.
Hey.
How's it going, Sinatra?
What's going on, friends?
Cool. And Peach Balie.
Ladies.
The lovely ladies of the Cunt Stream.
Obviously, apparently. We also got Schmeckel.
As always.
And then there's myself.
Lady.
Yes, as you see, we've got a fucking all-star cast tonight, plus some mosh. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So, before we kick anything off, Stuttering, you were mentioning somebody had made a video about Bunty. Who was that again?
Michael Rollins.
Oh.
He made a video about you and your identity politics. I don't know if you saw it, Bunty, but I watched it today because I thought it was appropriate.
Was he like mean and shitty in it?
He's Michael Rollins, of course.
Yeah,
it's Michael Rollins. He's an academic heavyweight.
Yeah, no, he basically was just like, fuck Bunty and stuff, and fuck him and his identity politics when it's convenient.
No, that wasn't Michael Rollins. That was Kevin Logan.
Oh, Kevin Logan just made a video?
Thank you.
Yeah, I tagged you in it on Twitter. I was like, Bunty, look.
Man, honestly, you know why? Dude, I got so many people talking to me that I just, it gets drowned out in the mentions.
You should just pay more attention to me.
I'm sorry, Sinatra. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, honestly, I don't even know if I should pay attention to that at all. I don't even think I'm going to respond to it or watch it or really care. I mean, he can talk as much as you like, unless he feels like actually reaching out and saying hi. Then it's cool. But I'm not going to spend time watching a video where he's like fucking, berating me and talking about my identity politics. I think he's referring to when he came in and he was like, not came in. I say came in because I treat Twitter like a room, or I treat Twitter like my room, and it's like the door's open, anyone can walk in. So I'm going to say he came in a lot, and I'm gonna put my phone away because I end up getting really distracted. Like Twitter is too much right now. Okay, so so pretty much he came in and he said something about how I'm defending a guy who wants to put me in a camp, and I'm like, well, he doesn't want to put me in a camp. I've had conversations with the guy. He doesn't seem like a guy that wants to put me in a fucking camp. And because I ask questions, especially in this community now, I feel like I have to ask these questions where people are like, where I kind of figure out if they're fucking racist or not. And just in asking him these questions, I figured out he really wasn't a racist, and I feel like he's someone that I'd like to talk to. So there's that, and then of course, what's his name again? Kevin Flogan?
Yeah, Kevin Logan.
Kevin Logan. Sorry, Kevin.
I think that's his Twitter handle. Kevin F. Logan.
Oh yeah,
Kevin F. Logan. Okay. Kevin Logan. Sorry, I do apologize. He's listening. Mispronounce his name. But yeah, no. Essentially, he's just saying, well, trying to give me a lesson in detecting racists, and I was like, listen, dude, like. And I always hate going there. I don't want to keep going there. I only really go to my experiences like growing up as like a brown person in white Canada, or like white, my white neighborhood, which is really, really white.
Well, you need the white person to explain what racism is to you, right?
No, I don't. That's the thing. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying listen, like I'm not going to listen to you. I'm just saying like I just, based on my feelings as a person who's kind of grown up and had to deal with racism, I just feel like this guy isn't a racist. All right. Now, like, I don't know his deepest, darkest, secrets, but from what I've gathered based on my interactions with him, he's not a racist, or he's not a fucking neo-Nazi. He's been down to like collaborate with me in the past. I mean, one thing I really specifically remember is how enthusiastic he was about taking down the alt-right, like taking down their ideologies. And so I understand that, and I'm going into this like whole debacle with that in mind. Obviously, I'm not on this fucking neural network where everyone's connected to my brain all the time, even though I try to put out as much as about myself or what my ideas are out there. I kind of realize a lot of things are lost in translation, so people don't know that perspective of Mouthy Buddha, when he comes in, and now of course you have this fucking what's this guy's name? What's Edgy something?
Edgy Sphinx.
Yeah, what like?
Oh, that guy again?
This one. Well, he just kind of like talking shit. Is that sarcasm about him being bad?
No. See, Edgy Sphinx is flat out a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
But
So
isn't he go by Braving Ruin now?
yeah, something dumb like that. Anyway, so essentially he put out a like a series of tweets saying that, you know, the skeptic community was gonna fucking we're gonna defend him because, you know, the teal deer or something like that. It was just a mumble jumble of like stuff saying pretty much that we're like this super culty group. We're like this group that sucks up to Sargon, because I guess, does he have history with Sargon? Is there something there with that? Like
with Edgy, I'm pretty sure there is. I stayed away from that particular drama, but I know that Edgy had a bunch of stuff going on there with his like acknowledgement. Like I think he was a member of the alt-right, and he had a falling out with like I think it was like Kraut and T. Definitely with Naked Ape. My God, there was some drama going on with that.
But
okay,
Edgy's saying something that's just a mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, but Edgy was like pretty much saying like it was a mumbo jumbo. I'm talking shit, by the way. Like I read it, it was more than just a mumbo jumbo.
I think we're all talking out of our asses right now, but
to a degree. I mean, I saw the picture and I just saw like how he was kind of addressing it, and it was pretty much just comes to the whole like it's like drama. Like we're like holding on to this like idea of just kind of protecting him because we want to protect him because of reasons, and it's just like I'm so far removed from the skeptic community, even though I like interact with them regularly. I'm surprised that people haven't noticed that our interactions are very surface level, to a lot of degrees. We were just like kind of talking to each other as if we're just normal people. Like I kind of leave this business of skepticism out of it, or try to. The only time I pop up is when people are kind of calling people neo-Nazis or calling out races that aren't racist, you know. And for the most part, it's just like, you know, fun to kind of see these.
How many people actually self-identify as like the skeptic community, though? Because I feel like it's just people that get lumped in for doing similar sort of topics.
That's just it. I think that a lot. I mean, Armored Skeptic is just called Armored Skeptic because that's what his channel was, I guess. But I don't think anyone really goes out of the way to be like, I'm a skeptic YouTuber.
I think it's almost become slanderous now to like call people the skeptics.
A bit cringy.
It is. I mean, when I get called a skeptic, I'm like, dude, I'm just a fucking guy that you know, likes hanging out with these people because I get to not be super fucking uptight about everything all the time, you know? I don't have to worry about that shit. So there's that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, I basically just, when people ask, I just go, I do political commentary.
That's what I say. I do social political commentary on YouTube. Like anything that comes my way, I look at it, and once again, based off of my experiences, I kind of just talk about it. You know, I think that's what everyone who's on this like side of YouTube should start doing, and also do it in a way that's a little bit more inclusive. Sounds kind of shitty to talk about inclusivity, but like I stopped, you know, using the word faggot as frequently. Like I'm not afraid to use it. Like I just use it. It's not a big deal. But I also try to avoid using the word retard. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that, you know, on Twitter, if you use it, you could get it's ban bait. And like then I've substituted these other words instead. And in doing that, it's become a lot more fun. Like the entire experience has become a lot more pleasant. It's a lot like it feels less heavy when I call someone fucking wumble dumble instead of an actual retard. It's just so much better.
Yeah.
So I think what people should try to like that, and that's kind of working in, you know, in the sense that like people don't feel as alienated when I talk about something that they may not necessarily feel comfortable talking about. Like if it's something that they feel they're strongly against, because they know that I'm not coming from some fucked up place that's trying to fuck people, you know?
Well, yeah. It's just like kind of when you get on the phone, like it's sort of like I've been working a lot, so forgive me. So it's kind of like when you're on the phone with somebody at work, you're not gonna like say, you know, well, that's fucking retarded on the phone, because they're not going to feel comfortable booking with you, or they're not going to feel comfortable talking with you. But if you come at them pleasantly and friendly and stuff like that, they're going to be more receptive to whatever it is you have to say, even if it's saying like, hey, your card declined, we can't have you stay in the room. And so I think it's important to do stuff like that, and then to be extremely candid with your YouTube channel, like you were saying about all of us kind of sharing just all of our different experiences with mixed in, and I think that's what makes YouTube so interesting, is the fact that it is so many different people with so many different experiences.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. I feel like YouTube and Twitter have kind of opened me up to this element of the world where I realize that there's people that don't reside in my country that could totally be my neighbors. Like there's a bunch of people that like I may not agree with them 100%, but I feel like if they moved next to me, we would have zero problems. I'd probably be like, do you want to like come over and fucking hang out? Like that's the kind of feeling that I have with some people. I mean, and it's a bit dangerous kind of venturing into this because as my popularity grows and it's you know, I can't keep up with all the stuff being sent my way. As like Sinatra said, like it was like he sent me something and I didn't even see it. Like it got swallowed up totally. Because when I'm talking, when I put out a tweet, then first come like a wave of interactions, and then I try to interact with all of them, and then with that come more interactions because people jump into the conversation, and it's just some things just get lost. And what the fuck was I talking about? Neighbors, yeah. I'm just saying like it's dangerous to talk like that because everyone has this idea that they're your friend. And I want that to be the case, but you know, obviously they'd have to realize that like when I go to these events or like go to like public places, like, you know, like a convention or something like that, I'm going to be rolling with like people who I feel secure about, you know? So these are people like, you know, like people like Chris or people like...
Don't be a crazy.
That's a really hard... it's a really hard balance to let people know that you're friendly to them, but not like, I'm not welcoming you into my... We're not like... you know, on close personal terms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, exactly. That's it. So it's more about like just like you know, making the time for them essentially, and then obviously as you make more time for these people and these people keep coming, you know, recurring. You know, like there's some people who aren't even creators who I follow on Twitter. They don't do anything. Like they're just like, I mean, they do something in real life, but like they don't like do anything on YouTube or Twitter. They're just ordinary people. And it's just because we've had multiple interactions back and forth that I've been like, I want to follow this person. And now they're my friend. So there's some people who like I follow who I would say that most of the people that I follow, if they were to show up randomly somewhere, I'd be like, hey man, what's up? Because they can DM me anytime for anything, literally anything. Just if they're feeling bad about something, we can talk.
Not that you're trying to encourage your fans to pop up at your house one day.
No, I'm not. Definitely not. I'm asking that. I would ask them, and I think that a lot of creators should ask their fans of this, so that like they should, you know, work towards like earning. It sounds so shitty, like saying earning my friendship. No, it's like just like kind of like coming to the point where like
trustworthy.
Yeah, exactly. Showing that you're trustworthy. That's it. 100% it. Earning the trust. That's it. Because it ultimately comes down to trust. I mean, I'm gonna be friends with someone I trust. You know, I can't. Have you ever thought of someone that you can be friends with who you don't trust, like completely?
No.
Exactly.
The two things are kind of at odds.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
like
and
you
it's
can't.
so hard to.
Yeah, I guess. Well, no, you go ahead. I've been talking for a while, so you go ahead. I'd like to hear.
Oh, I was just saying, you know, how hard it is to establish trust on the internet, because like you never know what that person behind the screen is actually doing. Like you never know if they have, you know, they're actually insidious or what. But I
know
completely
exactly
agree.
what each one of you is doing right now, and it's disgusting.
You don't know what I'm doing.
I know exactly.
What are you doing, Sinatra?
I'm getting gray hair.
You're getting gray hairlines?
Watching the Indians game.
Oh, what happened to Undoomed? I haven't seen him around for a while. What happened to that guy?
He's a super busy dude, IRL.
Oh, so he's not. So his channel, he's not really uploading.
When he can, but he takes forever to produce content.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like me, except I'm always present on Twitter, so it doesn't feel like there's anything.
I wanted to actually completely agree with you on the on the whole like Twitter interactions thing, and then getting more interactions. I'm even a smaller creator and stuff, and I end up with the exact same thing. I end up with like one interaction, and then I've got open messages, so I end up with like a bunch of messages of people thinking that they're my friends. And then of course I have to distance myself and be like, well, we're not really friends, even though I've talked to you. I don't really know you, so like.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Frustrating.
That's the thing. I mean, I that's why I don't have DMs open. I've thought of opening up DMs, because I really want to. Yeah, but then I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it because I mean, just based on like the stupidity of that comes my way, you know, in terms of when I get into like a tiff with someone like Destiny. And I say someone like Destiny because like he's like one in a fucking thousand of just people that just come in and just be a shit person. So
you're a much bigger creator too, so you have to always like protect yourself.
Yeah, so that's just it. That's just it. I mean, it really comes down to that, and really just trying to use that 140, 280 character to like as a buffer to figure out if someone is being genuine or not. Because I think that most people who want to actually engage someone positively are going to come at the whole thing in a very nice way. Like for example, Vadim, you know, is at odds with Jeff Holiday often and stuff like that, and you know, and Sargon, but he doesn't come at me in a very hostile manner. He comes at me in a very normal manner. And so once again, Vadim, even though like I probably don't agree with him on some stuff, like especially when it comes to like certain people in this community, I'd hang out with Vadim, no problem.
We actually had him on last night.
Oh, I'd love to talk to him, man. He's a cool dude, man. He seems like a guy that could just like chill with.
He has a great Applebee's story.
Yeah. That's an Applebee's song. That's hilarious. I mean, it's just like from because as I delve into this side of the internet, like you have to understand, I'm a fucking normie. I am a normie. Like I'm not a normie in terms of like the rest of my friends, I would say, like, but because I'm definitely like into like YouTube and stuff like that. But I'm definitely a normie YouTuber. It feels like that a lot. I feel like I get caught up in this shit and I'm like, why the fuck are you yelling at me? Like, stop yelling at me. I'm just being a normal person. I'm just being me here. And it's crazy because they're like, oh, look at him. He's trying to be fucking funny. He's trying to laugh. Look at him. He's fake laughing.
The problem is that you're being you, but you're being you while being brown and popular. That's the problem here.
I guess so.
And you're not on their side.
I should be on their side. Who's
like,
side? Oh yeah, it's true. Huh? Do the SJWs want me on their side? Is that something that they want? Is that something that goes on?
They could take you. I mean, we got Lacey. If they could take you, they'd love it.
Well, I mean, I could see it.
No, I'd give Lacey back.
Why would you give Lacey back?
I mean, if we have to trade you, not a fucking chance.
Yeah, sorry to Chris Reagan.
What if there's no side? What if there's no side? You know, what if there's there is just one area, and we're just like all kind of realizing that. You know, for me, like you know, I guess we can because these streams end up being like pretty diverse in terms of their subject matter, but I feel like you know people really it's fun to shit on communism. Shitting on communism is like my favorite meme because it's so funny because like you think of communism, you think of like the poorest fucking people, like everyone fucking lining up for bread and it was a reality. It was a reality in Eastern Europe. It was a fucked up time, right? And it's fucking stupid. And it's crazy that no one really thinks about that, but or the people who like communism don't think about that. Or they try their hardest not to think about it. And the people who don't like it obviously refer to it all the time, but it's just like it's so fun to meme. It's so fun to meme about gulags and stuff like that. But I have a friend who's a communist. Like the guy's got his fucking hat and everything with the red star. And I'm like, yo, bro, you're a fucking commie? And he's like, yeah, I'm a fucking commie. What are you? I'm like, I'm a capitalist. He's like, yo, fuck you. And so we just started talking about it. And ultimately, like, he's not really a communist. He's a guy that pretty much realizes that, you know, as we go further and further into this thing called human civilization, we're gonna finally fucking meet somewhere in the middle, and it's just we're gonna keep adding things, just adding things. And it's like,
do you think we are?
I think that like the future, like there should be no way. It's like so weird that we have this attitude, right? Do people not realize that like everyone, like it's so nice to want to help people? Like it's the nicest thing ever. So I don't know, like you don't have to be a fucking communist to want to make sure that the people around you are successful, that they have a roof over their head, that they're fucking, you know, that they got food and that they're like got access to like, just access to stuff that they feel would make their life better. And I know there's this, you know, I'm not talking about like, oh, everyone's just going to suddenly get magic free food and suddenly everyone's going to have magic water and it's just going to be there all over the place. So I'm talking about like just instilling this attitude of like, you're in a community, you're wherever you are. How can you go outside right now and make it better? How can you go outside right now and just like help people? and it's that's pretty much it. Like I think that's ultimately what people need to go towards, and then from there we'll be able to just do whatever. Like it's not. We're not gonna.
So sweet, Bunty. I'm dying.
Yeah, you have a way of making everybody feel a little happier about life.
I think
I am
because
swooning.
You're looking at where things should go. I don't think you're necessarily looking at where they're gonna go.
I think he's been spending too much time in Canada.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's Canada is a good example of a country that's not really we're not at odds with our conservatives. We're not odd. Like everything is like kind of going the way it needs to be going in Canada. I guess in the global scale, I mean, if you throw North Korea into the mix, Iran, Pakistan, China, the United States, Donald Trump being fucking crazy and stuff, talking about how he's gonna that apparently NBC needs to fucking have their license revoked or something like that. I'm not sure if it's NBC or ABC, one of them. And
do you think he's going to rap back at Eminem, though? Can we expect a Donald Trump
If
diss
we can
track?
get a Donald Trump diss track,
I wish. You know what?
You should get Buena Ben to write it for him.
Maybe one president will do that one day. That would be hilarious.
It has to happen event.
That would be hilarious. And it doesn't even need to be good. It could just be a thing. But listen, so I think that a lot of people are very pessimistic. They think that it's not going to be a good run. The reality is, I think it's going to be a good run because you hear about a lot of this stuff like M103, I-60. Is that what it is? The misgendering law, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I-60.
I'm the only American in here.
I think
really?
everyone mad about the Title IX and shit as well.
I'm the only American in here.
Angie's American.
Nope,
She's
you
from
got
Yeah, but
me.
she's not a person, she's a woman.
What?
Yeah, I don't
What a
count.
crazy guy. What a terrible thing to say. I just feel like we're not. People are being too pessimistic, and everyone needs to start kind of like realizing that they're surrounded by a lot of beautiful people, and you can just do that by going outside and just talking to someone.
I love you right now, Bunty, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do with my channel now. Is just make it more positive and stop doing the sides and shit.
While still talking. Well, I mean,
so
exactly. While still talking about stuff that is important to you. Like I'm really trying to make it really friendly, but it's hard to because some people are so hateful and you can just tell that they're hateful. Like it doesn't matter what side someone like Destiny is on. Like it does not matter at all. Like he might be on the right side, and that's totally fine. And in fact, I'm willing to go ahead and say that he is on the right side of things. Like he does want a better world for everyone, right? But he's just hateful about it. And I can't find it so hard to not be aggressive with those kinds of people. Like Keith Logan. You called him Keith Logan again. Can you fucking believe it? I'm a fucking idiot. Kevin Logan is being a little bit aggressive and hateful. I'm not going to respond to that. And I don't think most people will respond to that. But I'm sure there's definitely people on Kevin's side who I've recently just made a connection with who are nice, and I'm down to talk to.
People that are taking that sort of beef seriously.
You bring up a good point when you say that you wouldn't want to respond to him, because if someone's sitting there and they're streaming on their channel, they're just like, yeah, Bunty's a fucking scumbag because he disagrees with me politically. It's like, dude, you're a scumbag for saying that.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's for me, I guess just watching Destiny, that little clip I saw, he was just really shitty about it. Very I'm way smarter than this fucking brown guy that's 6'2" and is just naive enough to just be oh, they're nice to me in real life, so they must be perfect people. It was crazy how he misrepresented me and also the people that I met, because he just assumed that he said something about them being from Georgia and Alabama or whatever the fuck, and that they had never seen a dark dude before. Are you kidding me? What the fuck are you talking about? Who do you think I was meeting there? I wasn't meeting I was in fucking California. You think that they haven't seen a dark dude? They probably saw 20 or 30 dark dudes on the way there. What the fuck's wrong with you? So I was just I was all right, man. So it's how do I respond to that? Do I respond to something like that at all? I showed it to my ex. I was I was like, what do I do with this? Is this someone that I should talk to? And she saw him and she was like, no, don't talk to this guy.
Well, I mean, it seems kind of racist, doesn't it? Basically, he's saying your only value is that you're brown.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's
your only value is your skin color.
I'm some token. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm way more valuable in so many different ways. I mean.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm not the ultimate
cult,
valuable person. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm definitely. I feel like I have more.
You are definitely a valuable person, Bunty.
Well, also,
it's their attempt to smear the people around you as being racist and using you as a token, but in doing so, they're actually insulting you more because they're saying that, you know, that soft bigotry of low expectations, that you wouldn't know that you're being used for that, and you wouldn't like be able to judge people's character for yourself, and you need protection from all these, you know, white knights that are coming in. It's sad.
They're calling you a brown snowflake, Bunty.
In the chat? In the chat?
People like Kevin Logan when they pull this
shit.
Oh,
Rez is here. Hey, Rez. Someone in the chat said, call him Kevin Flogan again. That's his rapper name. It just made me laugh.
I do have to ask, Bunty, because you mentioned Destiny a couple times. Did something happen with you in Destiny? Because I'm not familiar with this.
Oh, just you know, he was talking shit, and you know, I just find that he's like, you know, I just got annoyed, and I fired him and called him Shrimpy. So I instigated, and then he like shot back, and then I recorded a video in a McDonald's parking lot while my friend who ran around behind me and around me yelling Shrimpy. He was like Shrimpy, Shrimpy, and I'm like there barking into the camera, and yeah. So then I sent that, and then he was, you know, then it really triggered him, and yeah, he told me I should shave my beard, which I'm just like, that's where you're gonna go? Shave my beard? Call me a hobo? Okay, all right. Well, I won this. This is very easy to see, and that was it. That was really it. And,
I might say that's a very well-groomed beard you got.
Thank you. Actually, lighting's kind of harsh right now, isn't it? Is it kind of harsh lighting? Let me just change something up.
It's good enough.
It's good enough? No, it's kind of harsh. Let me just change the lighting here a bit.
I can't tell. You're in like 180p for me.
Yeah, it's awfully pixelated on the stream. So
what the fuck? Why is it always try to open Left 4 Dead? I don't even have Left 4 Dead on this computer. What the fuck is this?
He's so sweet. So did we hit any of the topics yet? Satisfactory.
I think we started on the Mouthy Buddha thing. So,
Okay.
Bunty, why are you such a Nazi supporting bigot?
A Nazi supporting bigot?
Yeah,
Well,
why do you hate the Jews, man?
Well, the way I look at it is that I figure if I, you know, save my own ass, I don't know. No, I'm not just. Honestly, it's just so stupid. It's just so dumb.
It's fucking ridiculous. You and Jeff, really Nazis.
The
That's
is that what they said? Is that what they're actually saying? Because I just thought it was a joke.
There's Nazi apologists, not Nazis.
Oh, so that's actually a thing. We're being called Nazi apologists.
For
real? Like it's not a meme. It's like a real thing.
If it's coming from Kay Flogan, Michael Rowlands, or any of those guys, yes, they're being serious. Yes.
Oh, they're serious.
They came from Kevin Logan.
Yeah.
They're serious.
Oh yeah, they're not joking. They're dumb.
I love this guy.
They're being serious. That's funny. Okay, well that's okay. I mean, the power to them. I mean, I'm not gonna be like They can be serious if they like. They can be serious. Is the lighting better now?
But that's what I mean. No. Light some candles, dude. Turn the lights off. Light some candles. I'll give you a minute.
No, don't light some
candles. That's what the chat's asking. They want candles.
Candles. I'm not Magog. I'm not Magog or Morscar, so I can't do that. He's gonna.
No. Get the soft lighting, dude. Maybe a lava lamp.
They want to watch you oil your beard.
Romantic lighting.
I don't have beard oil with me. I just have my beard balm and stuff.
Oh.
But that's slowly.
Is that some gray popping up in your beard, Bunty? Is that some
gray
happening?
That's just shine. That's just shine. My beard has shine in because I the product I put.
Talking about beard, I have to remember to shave by the end of October because we got like what was it? November. That's coming up.
Can you even grow a mustache, Samaj?
Yes, I can. That's the only thing I can grow that's good. The beard is.
I can't wait for next month. You know I'm forcing you on camera, right?
I mean, I go on camera all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
What you want me?
Maybe you're the wrong guy. Maybe that was the other co-host.
I mean, I go on camera all the time. See? Right.
Cute.
Sorry, I'm too close.
It's beautiful.
There we go. How's it going?
Bunty, what did you think of Eminem's new track?
I haven't listened to it. I don't care. I don't care. That's just dumb drama that I don't give a shit about.
Yeah,
See, he gets it. He gets it, dude.
Like
Okay.
the whole rap itself, I have no issue with the lyrics.
Like it's so funny that like people are barking about like the rap. They're barking about like all this other stuff. They're barking about Eminem, but there's like stuff happening on the Hill every single day, and no one's paying attention to that. It's really funny. I love it. I think it's hilarious because they're so like invested. They're so invested in like their culture and their politics and everything being right and everything being the way that they need it to be. But Eminem's track, let's talk about that though. Oh, let's talk about Harvey Weinstein. You know, while because Harvey Weinstein, we shouldn't even be paying attention to anymore. Like just beyond the fact that like there's a problem in Hollywood, we should be paying attention to the Hill. That's where all the attention should be put. Like, what's happening there today? Like, what's going on there today? Like, what are they talking about today? Instead, we're worrying about actors being, assholes and.
Well, I mean, stuff in Hollywood happens all the time. I mean, there was like interviews, like secret interviews with Michael Jackson. He was talking about how like they're all a bunch of degenerate sex fiends up in Hollywood. And then when he was having troubles negotiating things with Sony, it was rumored that Sony is the one who made the rumors about him being a pedophile. And it's like nothing he does, nothing he would say would make media think otherwise. It's like, oh, fine, fuck it. I'll be Wacko Jacko, and he'll do nothing but crazy stuff all day. And he would just feed the media. So most of the time when you see incidents in Hollywood, like what's going on with Harvey Weinstein, it's usually because he pissed someone off. Or they want someone out of the picture so that way someone else can get, I don't know, the control of his company or something.
Interesting.
Which happens all the time.
TV on in the background, by the way.
That's my friends. They're watching something.
Okay.
Is it bad? Is it really bad? Do you want me to like lower it? Do you want me to lower my gain?
Tell them to shut the fuck up.
No. Do you want me to lower my gain?
I think we're good. We can just vaguely hear it.
Cool.
I totally agree that there's kind of this issue where we seem to focus more on what's going on with people in the media as far as like even news, but as like rappers and people making their speeches and saying something terrible about Trump. It seems like there's more outrage about that than there is about some of the terrible things that are actually happening like in the world today, things that are preventative if we actually raise awareness of it, but instead we're kind of like hashtags are trending about Eminem and all of this other stuff, but instead we, I think it's because
I go through these to what I wanted to talk about. The whole
Someone buzzing.
Sinatra, kill yourself.
Fix your shit, Sinatra. It goes back to the type of fucking some of the journalists that we have. But you get people like fucking Cernovich. I don't know if any of you pay attention to him. I know Peach doesn't. He spent the whole fucking day tweeting out bad rap lyrics in response to the Eminem thing.
Why did I get muted? What's wrong?
No, sorry.
You had some hiss going on.
You had really bad feedback.
Yeah.
I go through these phases where I wonder if it's like, is it more that people don't want to hear about the serious shit because it would like just drag everyone down, and so we want to be distracted by that sort of like inane bullshit, or is it like the higher ups telling us what we should be worried about and don't look over there at the serious shit? I do wonder.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that what happens is the bigger people present the less serious stuff because it makes us feel like I can form an opinion on something, but it's an easy opinion. It's a yes or no opinion. So the higher ups decide what we get media-wise to be outraged about. You know what I mean? So we get an Eminem rap.
That's true, but like, so what? Cernovich was just, what was he like offended about the rap or something like that? Is that what's happening?
He was very, very displeased by the rap, but then he. Honestly, if you look at his Twitter, he spent the day tweeting out like 15-year-old rap lyrics.
Why are they doing this? Like, I don't get it. Like, why are they freaking out about this stuff? I mean, I follow Laura Loomer, and I actually talked to her, and she's been like, trying to like, she's been like doing this like Project Veritas stuff with like the whole Vegas shooting and stuff like that. So she's like really all over that, like nonstop Vegas shooting. So I always see that, and I don't know what's really going on, to be honest with you.
R.I.P. Indians.
What?
Fucking hell, Sinatra.
What do you say?
You sound like R.I.P. Indians, but
Oh, okay, that's cute. Yeah, no.
Is it still being shitty?
It's just
No,
every
now
time you
you're
try to
No, it's
talk.
fine now.
Oh, that's fucking weird. But I feel I wanted to just touch on something you said earlier. I feel like we've lost the idea of the individual as a whole of YouTube. Like, this person's on this side, this person's on this side. Because we were talking about this a little bit last night. And the idea of the individual is just gone. Like, everyone just automatically assumes that just because you talk to these people, you hang out with these people, you hold the same ideology as the same people you talk to.
it's part of the reason I try to get people like Vadim and like Tim on here now and then. You know, and not so much to prove I'm not in an echo chamber, but to, you know, not be in one.
Mm-hmm.
Like to be with somebody who completely disagrees with me on 90% of shit.
Is there anyone here that disagrees with me a lot? I guess there's probably a bunch.
I disagree with you on Putin. I mean, we can talk about that.
Yes,
Oh,
silly.
fuck
We're not going
you.
to talk about that.
Unless his opinion is that it isn't.
We all know, like, let me just go ahead and put my foot down. All right. You know, I'm not going to listen to a white lady telling me about Putin, okay? I'm not doing that, all right? I'm just going to say, you don't know my experiences. You have no idea. Yada, 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 racism. Let me tell you about Putin. No, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where you're coming at about Putin. What have you said about Putin? It's Putin, not Poutine.
No,
by the
I
way.
saw
It's
you
not
on
Putin. It's Putin.
Yeah.
It's Putin, and I saw your tweet about
No,
Putin.
c'est Putin. C'est Putin. C'est pas Poutine. C'est Putin.
All right, you gotta listen to him.
We'll have none of
I'm
that
Australian.
French
Can you not correct me on Australian?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna say it, you should say it the French Canadian way, the way it's supposed to be said. And it's Putin.
Also, you're in a room with a bunch of Canadians. I mean, well, 3 Canadians anyway. I mean, come on.
And how dare you let her say Poutine? How dare you? Say Poutine? You know better.
I'm not a fan of the French Canadians. Not a fan of your people.
Oh, that's too bad. It's too bad. Things are different here now. It's not the same.
Don't tell me you're actually from Quebec. Ugh.
I'm from Quebec.
He's right in Montreal.
I'm born and raised in Montreal, baby.
Ugh.
Je suis tellement désolé. Oh. Tu seulement parles anglais, toi, hein?
On me de la fromage.
Oh.
Fromage.
On me de la fromage. Yes.
Attendez la crème. That's I don't know. A lot of people tend to hate Quebecers because of the whole referendum thing that happened in the 70s and then it happened in the 90s, and a lot of people left, and now things are stabilizing again and people really want to come back. I was actually, someone sent me an email about immigrating to Canada. Like an American was like, I want to immigrate to Canada.
Yeah,
I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, yo, let me help. Let me get you over.
Well, one of our usual co-hosts does that on a regular basis. She owns a company, and she'll help Americans immigrate to Canada.
That's cool.
If we can talk for just a brief moment about Canada, I wanted to say that the whole polite thing, at least demonstrated by Bunty here, is absolutely correct about most Canadians. I'm sure we're very nice kind of people. We do have the odd assholes, but we're very nice overall. But one of the things that people don't tell you about Canadians is that they are pretentious as fuck. And they're very, very much like, oh yeah, we are.
Americans, we do think we're better than you.
Yeah, we do.
Countrywide, not all of us, but countrywide, we do think we're better than you.
And in Canada, I think the worst examples of the people in Canada who are pretentious, even to Canadians, would have to be the Quebecers. There's a little something about Canada for you. Pretentious, but polite. But pretentious.
Speaking of Canada, were we going to talk about the what's his name, your president or whatever?
Right. Have you read the nice little essay that Trudeau wrote, Bunty?
No, I haven't.
Trudeau wrote an essay for Marie Claire on raising his children to be feminists.
God, he's such a faggot.
Yeah, Trudeau is it's so funny because like I try to tell people to really kind of like look beyond this whole like Trump persona that he has online on Twitter, like look way beyond it and kind of realize that he's only tweeting like I would say like a few, like let's say max 10 times a day, right? And he doesn't have any other interaction with anyone. He just tweets out like 10 different things or something like that. It's, not even 10 sometimes. Like sometimes I've seen him tweet out 3 things. And so people think that he's always on Twitter. The reality is he's done 3 tweets and he hasn't really replied to anybody or done anything. So the amount of time that he spends on Twitter is minimal compared to whatever else he's doing. And so a lot of people will go ahead and see the stuff that Prime Minister Trudeau's putting out and be like, oh, he's trying to raise his kids as being a feminist. Oh my God, what a pussy. Fake. But hold on, Will, hold on, I'm not done. But and I'll let you say it for sure, bro. But one of the things is that he is a hustler in the House of Commons. Like this guy does not give a fuck. Like he is gonna make sure that he gets stuff done over there. And like all the stuff that you're hearing is just stuff for the media. Like a lot of these people who love Trudeau don't really know what he's doing on the side, right? He's doing a lot of other stuff on the side. So he's doing all these nice things on paper, but he's doing all this other stuff on side. So these people that make the most noise, like these like people that get excited about stuff like fucking him raising his kids as feminists, their experience with politics is gonna end right there. Right? Same thing can be said for a lot of these SJWs. I mean, minus people like, the people that we interact with regularly, the people like us. The people like us are a lot more involved in politics, so we go a little bit further. But I still feel like we do hold ourselves back in terms of our biases. Like, I am biased in the sense that I don't really like Trudeau, and because he kind of dropped the whole election reform thing. But I'm not going to be so biased that I'm going to overtly hate the guy. The reality is that he doesn't hate Canada. He doesn't want to fucking destroy it. But he is doing his own thing. He has his own agenda, and he's gonna play his cards right with the media. And that's exactly what he's doing. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on at his house. Like, I'm sure that maybe him and his wife are completely unhappy together, but in public they're really happy together. You never know. Like, you just never know. The reality is
he's doing the superficial shit so that people won't ever look any deeper into what he's really doing, basically.
Well, no, that's not. That's conspiracy theory level. I'm not saying that he's like some kind of master manipulator. I'm just saying that.
No, but that's in effect that's what's happening. Because
I'm just saying that he's just doing the things that he feels like the public wants him to do. Maybe some of them is sincere, some of them isn't. Some of that is insincere, or some of that isn't. So
I went and one of my best friends lives in Canada, and it's not either of these two. That him and I were talking. I'm like, Trudeau's really just a fucking faggot, and he's like, no, he's not. And he just ran down this list of stuff policy-wise that he does. Like, okay, so he gets a lot of stuff done. Some of this stuff I agree with, but he's still a faggot.
But is he? Like, because that's the thing. He's getting stuff done. Like, look at how much stuff
Trump is
getting done.
Good things.
What's Trump getting done right now? Like,
Trump's a faggot too.
So that's just it. Like, it's like Trump could be doing it a completely different way, but I don't like how. I really feel like Trudeau's trying to bring people together.
I think you're right. From what I understand about him, I think you're right on that.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like when Muslims, for example, come to Canada, they don't feel like they're going to get, steamrolled. They don't feel like they're going to get shat on for being Muslim, right? Yeah. Now there's this like anti-Islamophobia law, which is a little bit strange. Whatever was happening to that motion, I don't know what the deal is with that, but I think that for the most part, like everyone here has this belief that if you can have your views, like whatever your views are, just so long as you're a functional member of society, it's okay. Like you can be this person, but just don't be like doing any illegal shit and just whatever. Where no one's gonna hate you for having some kooky opinions. There's people. I'm pretty sure there's an alt-right dude in like my part of the island, and I think that's so crazy because if he is an alt-right dude, he probably has heard of Richard Spencer, and he's most likely seen me around. So for me, it's like he's allowed to live. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the only time I'm going to have an issue is if he says that I'm not allowed to live here, and I think that's where I draw the line. I think that's where most people are going to draw the line. Most people, I'm like an alarming majority, because nobody wants another Holocaust. Because people saw how fucked up that was. It's so like nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. There's an overwhelming amount of people that are gonna be like, no, this is not happening. Do you think that all of the Trump supporters want to just like kill Mexicans? No, they don't. They don't want to fucking or kill Mexicans. Sorry, that's a little exaggerative. They want to like just like like they hate them or something like that, or they just want a wall and that's it. No, I think that'll like there's a decent amount of them that would just not stand for any kind of racism. A decent amount.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very fair point. But I should justify myself a little bit. I do like Trudeau's policies, but socially, I still think he's a fake. I think he's doing a lot of stuff though. He's getting a lot done, and a lot of it's stuff I kind of agree with. Like the
I think the
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all you, Angie. I want to pull up what he sent me, actually.
I was just going to say, I think as far as like country leaders and stuff like that, it is more important to me what they've gotten done versus what they've said, because I'd rather have somebody that, gets stuff done rather than like somebody that just panders and stuff like that. Trudeau seems to be doing a bit of both. As long as he's getting things done, like Canada has universal health care, you guys have all these great things going for you.
Trudeau didn't do that.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, clearly. But, I mean, you guys have all these great things going for you in Canada. And meanwhile, we have here sort of a president that talks a lot but does very little.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you on that.
I was pretty pro-Trump in the election cycle. Now that he's getting nothing done, I feel angry that I was pro-Trump.
Yeah, he's stupid.
Right, and
stupid what's going on right now.
I have an anecdote about
called, Trudeau meter on politimeter.org, and it shows like the list of things he said, what he's done, what he broke the promise on, and what he's working on. There's a lot of stuff in the green here, man. Like a lot of stuff that he's worked on that's getting done.
What's it called? Politimeter?
Yeah, here, I'll put the link in the side chat here.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm down to see that. That's interesting. Have you heard of that, Brad? The Politimeter? It shows like what Trudeau's done, what he's working on, all this. Have you seen that? Yeah. The fuck haven't you shared that with me for? You've just been, like, I've been talking shit here and you've been like living in the dark. Like, what?
For political commentary, you don't know about that?
I haven't talked about Trudeau. It'd be so nice to talk to Trudeau because every fucking day I get some smarmy American being like, your prime minister's like, ah.
You never asked me about it.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to know. So
708 days in office, 59 things he said he would do but didn't do haven't been done. 73 of the things he said he would do are in progress. 58 of the things he said he would do have been achieved, and 36 have been broken promises. That's a pretty good track record.
Let's see the broken promises. Okay, so increase funding for the arts, lower the federal debt. I mean, but that's everyone's hurting there except for China. China's the fucking debt master.
Right.
So crazy. Fucking.
Well,
provide cost.
I was just gonna say China's bubble is probably gonna burst one of these days, and when that happens, it'll be a sight to see.
Are you kidding? In a couple of years, we'll be welcoming our Chinese overlords.
I like how one of the things on the list of broken promises was do not buy F-35s.
there's some nasty things here. For example, like invest. He said he was going to invest $80 million every year to create a new veterans education benefit. Like that's not delivered on. What's that? 9 comments. What are these comments? These are actual fucking comments. There's actual comments on this fucking thing. This is a sick site.
That's usually what a comment section is for.
No, but this is I didn't even know this was like this is really sick. This is a fucking dope site, man. Really good site. I love this. Wow.
Yeah, this is a pretty, and I was saying all that shit too, like, Trudeau fucking sucks, and then he's like, here, just look at this. I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Check this out. Create a new nonpartisan merit-based process to advise the Prime Minister on Senate appointments. So he's working on. He's like he has a meritocracy in mind when he's fucking doing stuff. I feel like everyone. It's interesting because I think he's really good at PR. He's really good at PR. I've been talking a lot of shit about Trudeau, but man, that guy's a PR genius. He's good, right?
Yeah, he learned it from his dad.
Would you say he's Captain PR? Like he's really fucking good.
Yes.
He's a marketer. That's
sort
good.
of-
I like that.
Not even bad. It's doing good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not barking at each other. We're not tripping.
He may be really good at that, but he's also really good at, putting out a good message, being a good role model.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Because a lot of people, like for example, with me, I feel like they spend a lot of time looking at me like, "Whoa, it's so magical in Bunty's world. Oh, just be nice to people. Everything's okay. People are going to be nice to you. It's not like that. Oh." So I think a lot of people come down on me for that. Would you guys say that's the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that you're just so positive, and people are, not able to be positive.
Yeah, I
So,
would say it's a lot of people who are more cynical might just shit on you for having a good outlook on things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, I can't have that good of an outlook, and how dare you feel that way because, like, that everything sucks, and life is really what you make it. And if you make it something where you're friendly with everyone and you discuss stuff with everyone and you just decide to be happy and know what's going on in the world, but maybe don't let it bring you down, I think that's a really beautiful thing. And I think that's why you're such an agreeable and likable person, because, like, not a lot of people are able to balance all of that. I know I try to be chipper and stuff, but sometimes the news really brings me down.
Really, it's true. I guess for me, it's just like I'm also kind of on a mission to show people like that they can be like me, because I don't think I'm some above average dude. I'm not like some fucking superhero. So there's a bunch of other people like me that just choose not to be on camera. Like, I guess the only thing is that I'm very charismatic in terms of like how I present ideas. But I'm fucking so ordinary by comparison to my friends. Because we're all very similar minded, like in terms of just being like chill about things. Maybe a little bit less on the happy side, I guess. I guess some of them have like their problems have really weighed down on them, and I can fall victim to that too. Like I spend a lot of times talking to my friends, being like, I feel like shit today, and they'll be like, why? I'm like, I don't know, I just hate my life and I hate myself, and then they're like, you're retarded. and then that's it. So then I'm fine again, and it's just a constant thing. So I've been fortunate to kind of have the support system where I can afford to be this I can be quote unquote privileged to
Privilege.
it's happening.
No, you can't be privileged and brown. You're good.
You got to pick one.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
privileged
don't worry.
and brown. I'm telling you right now, I'm very privileged. I'm very privileged. I'm a privileged guy. Like very fucking privileged. Yeah. So
I think he's trying to say he's got a big wiener.
No. I always tell people I have a small penis. Privileged like crazy. We have Montreal privilege. It's like we just are so chilled out, and everyone's kind of hanging out here. It's like just a happy place. Sometimes I get a little bit thrown off when I just hear people speaking languages other than English and French. But most of the time it's among themselves. And I guess like for me, like I kind of have faith in the fact that if I were to just go talk to them, if I needed something from them, I could just be able to choose French or English and they'd be able to understand, because I feel like that's how Quebec works. We are very nationalistic in that sense. So they wanted to make sure that the French language is maintained. So any immigrants that come here have to send their kids to French school. It's way more beneficial for them to learn French because they'll be able to get a job faster. So.
Sorry, the chat is the chat. I think we need to manufacture some drama in here.
What do they say?
Bunty's okay. It says Bunty's okay, but it's all right to disagree with him. They're acting like it's not okay. And what was the other one? We need some.
Who's acting like it's not okay to disagree?
What's Bunty said that we're supposed to disagree with?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, we're acting like it's not okay. Bunty, fuck you.
No. You guys can disagree with me as much as you like. I mean, I feel like because you've given me the floor like so often that you guys haven't been able to voice anything to disagree with. But I'm pretty sure no, everyone has the opportunity to disagree with me. I don't care. It's fine.
I know there was something I disagreed with you on a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I can't fucking remember though.
Maybe it was the whole with the Nazi that got punched there. And I was like, what the fuck did you expect going out in fucking Seattle as a fucking Nazi, not get punched? Are you crazy?
Yeah,
no. I know the guy you're talking about. That, I mean, obviously it was wrong to punch him, but also don't be stupid. You know what you were getting yourself into.
Oh, you 100% knew what you were getting yourself into. Walking around with a Nazi armband. Are you fucking retarded, bro? Like, what's your deal? You're so stupid. Yeah, no. I don't know. What made someone think that we're saying that like it's not okay to be?
I think it might be because I'm not sitting here.
It's because you guys are sitting here and listening?
It's because I'm not like lampooning fucking Trudeau. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because we just went and looked at what he's doing, and we're like, it's not that bad.
Trudeau can talk about being a fucking faggoty feminist all he wants. He's getting shit done. He's allowed to have extra.
Oh, they bring up a really good point. They bring up a really good point in the chat. They said, "Fuck your laugh, Bunty."
Oh. Come on now. That's a personal attack. You can't do that.
I fuck his laugh.
I feel like
is that not what they meant?
I do. There's two things that kind of do annoy me and get under my skin a little bit, and I might as well put it out there because whatever. The first thing is that I hate it when people kind of like take a shot at my fans because I have seen it again and again. The people that follow me don't always agree with me, and I have to sometimes argue with them. And in knowing that, even though I've argued with them, we walk away with like some kind of like, just we're chill. We're not. I'm not hating them. They're not hating me, and everything's cool. So my audience is very diverse. So it really bothers me when they just say they're just a bunch of fucking sheep. They don't listen to what? Sorry, I apologize for yawning.
Wow, he's boring himself.
Oh, God damn it, Bunty.
Sorry, no, apologize. I just yawned. And my friend showed up here and he like bent over, so I put my finger up his butthole.
Of course, that'll make you tired. Yes, of course. That makes total sense.
Oh, wow, I'm ready for bed.
It's so good. He does because he did this. Whoa. But yeah, no, that's just I guess. What the fuck were we talking about again? We were talking about
disagreeing with
we're talking about disagreeing with.
I love disagreements. I love them so much. They're exciting. You know, it's nice to be able. It gives you an opportunity to learn something about the other person and really figure out why they disagree with you. Like, I love that. I love it. I love disagreements so much. I just love respectful disagreements. I like disagreements where, you know, it's like this is why they think that way. But I hate it when people come in condescending or they're like, or I'm like, I don't know. That's just it. That's really just it.
I feel
what's
like
annoying is no. Shut up, Sinatra. My turn. What's annoying is like the people in Twitter that shut up, Sinatra. The people in Twitter that fight with you, Bunty, like the Kevin Flogans and the Michael Rowlands and all those people.
Well, I mean,
like,
it's also alt-right. It's also like alt-right type accounts, but they kind of leave me alone.
I don't know what their names are. I'm just throwing out the names that I can think of. But the people that legitimately call you either a Nazi sympathizer, or an SJW, depending on who you're, what opinion you're espousing that day. Like, they take it so fucking seriously when it's just like a disagreement on Twitter. Like the people that actually go to calling you slurs and stuff over that shit. That really annoys me. It's like, you can't disagree with me without being a cunt.
Well, I think that's the thing is people are like, oh, they disagree on something. They must hate each other.
Because some people do go to that extent of thinking you're literally a Nazi because you disagree with them on something.
And it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I disagree with Tim Blake on everything. Tim's a good guy. Sinatra and I agree.
Oh, 80 Motivator?
And I can't stand the cunt.
Yes.
Tim Blake is he seems like a nice guy. Seems like a really nice guy. He seems silly. He very, very silly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's not very, very dumb sometimes. But
he's the one that started the whole. I think isn't he one that started the whole like Mouthy Buddha being a neo-Nazi and stuff like that?
He was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell, dude? What are you talking about?
Although,
did those people actually watch the videos?
Tom Bloke who kicked it off, not Tim Blake. I found out today they're not the same guy.
No, they're not.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! They all have neo-Nazis have said, or look at. I'm actually on Twitter right now. I want to actually. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here with you guys. If you guys want that.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what Bunty's life looks like. We're getting a peek on the inside.
All right, so here we are. I'm looking at this. Kevin Logan. It says Kevin Logan says, so if a member of the KKK told you they weren't racist, you take them at face value. Yeah. Well, he's not a member of the KKK, and so I was like, I've had multiple conversations with this guy, and he released a video with conclusion, which conclusion was Hitler was a good, compassionate man. You lost the plot. So to that, I normally responded, okay, because I don't know what else to say to him. Like, I'll be okay, all right, cool. So keep in mind, Real Bunty King said Richard Spencer is a good guy. No, I said that Richard Spencer may be better tempered.
Fair tempered obviously means nice guy. Obviously means that.
Yeah.
All day, every day. This is Bunty's life.
So my approach is a little different.
Well, he makes a lot of typos for a guy who does this all day.
Yeah.
It's because we're watching, guys.
So the approach is a little different. Please leave me alone. I'm gonna make up a word here.
Shine boxes.
Cocker spaniel lover.
Strumpelstiltskin.
You strump.
That's not. Genius is at work.
Cake stomper.
I'm actually gonna go back to the drawing board on here. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I gotta get something that's really gonna confuse him. Please leave me alone, you stinky dinkle. No, that's too silly. I can't say them out loud. If I say them out loud, they're dead. So please leave me alone, you.
Fucking writer's block. Just call him a
After all of that, he went to biggity wiggity.
Biggity wiggity.
So stupid.
All day,
so
he's gonna be laying awake at night, being like, "What the fuck did he mean, figgity wiggity?"
So silly. What a silly guy. What a silly dude.
Well, I think what these people think is that if you don't come out right away and go, "Yeah, that person's a piece of shit," then you're sympathizing with them.
Yeah, no, it's just.
Oh.
That's just it. Let me stop sharing my screen here. There we go.
Call him a pecker neck. Oh my god, can I use that one? Namby pamby boot face.
I don't think there's a trade. I don't think there's a trademark on gibberish. I think you're good to go.
No, there's no trademark on gibberish. There's no trademark.
Look at that. With hair like that, why the fuck do you have a hat on, Bunty?
Because my hair's not that good right now.
It's beautiful.
I can tell. I can tell. I have to
Keep
ask.
it in your pants, Peach.
No. I was gonna say we have to disagree with him, but I did disagree with him. He said his hair's shit, and I said it's good. See, we do disagree.
There you go.
Figgity wiggity.
Indeed. Why Bunty King? Why is that your little name?
So I mean, it just started off as like a silly. My channel started off as a very silly gaming channel. I like talked like this, and I was like, "Hello, everybody. My name is Bunty King. We're going to be playing Dying Light today. This is the game. I come from India. I don't really know English very well, so we're going to play it. I'm going to learn English at the same time." And I was like, it was so stupid. Like I was really playing to this standard that I'd seen in Hollywood, or like, oh, I gotta be a dopey Indian for people. I gotta tap dance.
Can we still find these videos?
Yeah. My first video is definitely up there. It's definitely up there. It's like you can go to like just organize it by date. You'll find my first video, and it's actually really funny. It's really funny.
Bunty.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like the whole. I didn't like being. I felt like I was tap dancing. It's really what it felt like. So that's why it's funny when people are like, "Well, you're just being a token and you're just tap dancing for like the white man." I'm like, no, actually, I'm doing the opposite of what felt like tap dancing. Like tap dancing would have been like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and be like this dopey Indian on fucking and stream video games." But then as I started gaining influence, I just kind of was like, oh shit, I got to start talking about things that really matter to me, and I really felt depressed about having an accent, and I was like, I got to stop the accent. I don't want it anymore, and that was it. So I changed. But in that whole process, you know, Bunty King was just started off as a joke, and it was actually this thing that that came about when I was at Apple. We had at Apple, we had these quarterly meetings, and it was like we'd go to a restaurant, or like we'd just be at like a place, and management would like put out these like awards of sorts, and they're like, oh, today you know, the best person with you know, best sales or something like that, or best customer rating, you know. And so one of the store leader was like, she was like, what are we going to call these awards? You know, she was such a sweet lady. Honestly, one of the best fucking women I've ever met in my life. So sick. Like, when I realized she was going to be my boss, I was like, thank you so much. I don't know what I did to deserve this. She's such a fucking awesome person. And she called it the Bunty Awards. And so everyone was like, Bunty. And they were just like being so stupid. And it was like an inside joke. And I just thought it sounded really Indian. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Bunty King. And Bunty is a very like Indian sounding name. And that was it. So it just kind of took off from there. I have a group of friends. We call ourselves the Bunty Brothers. It's so stupid. We don't actually actively go out and be like, the Bunty Brothers are here. But like when we go out together, we're like, oh, Bunties are going to, you know, this bar here or something like that. So it's like 9 friends. And that happens sometimes. But I've distanced myself a little bit from them. So because I got into the whole like, you know, political correctness thing, and some of them are very politically correct, and they weren't able to handle it, and they weren't able to see the change. But they're waking up a little bit. They're trying to realize that things are a little bit more gray. So yeah, and that's it. Oh, and then I found out that Bunty means vagina. And I happen to really enjoy eating pussy.
Oh,
like
nice.
No. So for me, like I've always been like, that's been like my go-to move in bed. Like, and so I was like, oh, that's perfect. It works out perfectly. I don't think I'm like the god of sex or anything like that, but I just think that, you know, I enjoy doing it. So I've been told, you know, before that like that it's good. So that's cool.
I'm not the god of sex. I'm just the king of vagina.
yeah.
Each is going to be like,
in the sense that I really like it. In the sense that I really like it.
I'll be in my
I'm not saying I'm the king of it. I just say that I really like it. It's like one of my favorite things to do.
Well, good to know.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just gonna mute for a second. No reason. I'm just gonna.
Peachy's got some things to do. She's got some thoughts in her mind.
Just good to know if I ever meet you in person is all. What to expect.
I'm just writing it down. I'm just making notes. That's all. Nothing. No reason.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself going with this whole YouTube thing? Do you think it's dead, or do you think?
No, I'm gonna still make videos. I'm actually starting a Patreon soon, and what's so funny?
I'm reading the chat. Sorry.
No. I'm looking at my friends because I heard them.
Sorry, man.
Oh, yo, what the fuck is that? That's so stupid.
I like what Aircraft Sparky's saying. Oh, never mind. I thought that said DJ Titties. Never mind.
DJ Diddles? Is that him? Oh fuck. No, somebody said Yelp reviews on Bundy's skills. I was just wondering if we could make that happen.
Yelp reviews. I have a really embarrassing story to share. If you want to hear it, It's really embarrassing.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, after the story, I know at night, so let's make it good.
So what ended up happening was I went on a Tinder date with this one girl, and she was from Boston, and she was like really smart. She was getting a PhD in neuroscience over here in Montreal and I was like, oh wow, she's so smart, and she's American. Oh, that's my entry into America. Sick. At the time, I was really obsessed with wanting to go to America, and now I'm not that way. I kind of just want to be where my friends are, and it just so happened to be in LA. Yeah,
he says in front of his real life friends.
Sorry?
You say that right in front of your real life friends.
No, I mean they know exactly what I'm talking about. they want to come, yeah. So, what the fuck was I saying? We're talking about
Tinder date.
Yeah, Tinder date. So I go on one date with this girl, and we go and get some poutine, and
poutine.
And then we end up making out in the car. And I brought her to her place, and we made out some more, and got a little bit frisky. And then we arranged for a date. And so we went to the second date. The second date was actually just at her place. Like I literally just showed up at her place and we got like a drink. So then we started making out. And in between like making out, she would tell me about stuff that she's doing for her PhD. And I was looking at her and I was like smiling and I was like nodding. I was like, yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. And she mistook that. And I guess a lot of people just who are bad at reading people mistook that as me being dumb and just like nodding and like waiting to just like put my penis in her. But I was actually taking everything in and listening to everything she was saying. And it was really fucking annoying because she kept asking me if I understood what she was saying. And I was like, listen, lady, like I'm listening to you. Like, what the fuck you say? Like, I get it. Like, I get what you're talking about. Like, continue. Like, just, it's cool. So that would already kind of set me off like a bad point because I was like upset about the whole the way she was just talking to me, and whatever. But I wasn't like making a big fuss of it. I was just like, that's weird. And then we end up in her bedroom, you know, clothes off, everything like that. And I go down on her. That's like the first thing that I gotta do. And I ended up going down on her for like a really long time. Like I'm talking to you like for the good portion of an hour. And I was like, what's fucking going on? Like nothing was happening. Nothing was happening at all. And I was like, shit, this is awkward.
I thought I was good at this. What's going on?
I made the mistake. And here's what I made the mistake of doing. I don't know if it was a good part of an hour, but I made the mistake of looking up at her and being like, well, most ladies would have come twice by now. And she slapped me on the head. She slapped me on the head. And she said, you don't fucking say that. And I was like, oh, but you really don't say that. Like, you don't say that at all. And she left the room, and I could tell that maybe she went to the bathroom to cry because she felt bad because I wasn't being understanding. And she came back, and I was like, listen, I just want to say, like, I feel so terrible for saying that. Like, that is really, really bad. I'm going to leave. So I'm going to leave. I put my clothes on. And I was like, I do apologize. I want you to know that no one should talk to you like that. And what I did was very wrong. And I left. And the next day I called one of my other friends and I was like spilling my guts out to her. I'm like, I feel so bad. I feel like I'm someone's Tinder nightmare. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, it's such a terrible thing that I said. And she was like, it's so funny. Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, this happens all the time. And like, she's just probably at brunch with her friends right now talking about how shit you are. And it's totally okay. I was like, all right, that's fine. That's totally fine. So that's something that like I think of every now and then. But now that experience really changed me. Because I would go into sex thinking, you know, I knew how to do everything. Like I got this on lockdown. Like I'm good at eating pussy. I can do it. But now I go into it, you know, like really asking them what they would like. Like, what do you like? Like what and in a way that's, you know, like it's during the thing. So it's not like I don't sit down with a pen and paper and figure it out. It's just like in the process, I'm able to figure out what they're enjoying and I can do more of that and less of something else. And like, that's how that experience taught me that. I wasn't asking enough questions. And that's what it led to. Why it led to being.
I mean, I feel like after the better part of an hour, if she didn't want it, she probably could have said something.
Or, yeah,
you know, she's probably thinking about neuroscience.
I don't know what she's thinking about.
Maybe she fell asleep. Who knows?
Oh, my embarrassing sex stories.
Yeah. Was that good enough for you, Sinatra?
Yeah, that was great.
I didn't fucking learn anything.
Yeah, Sinatra's being able to get off before bed now. Yeah, you did him a huge service.
I stayed up till what, like 2:30 last night with you guys, and I wanted to kill myself till I took my nap today. So I want to go to bed at a reasonable time.
Well, I was up with fucking till 5:30.
Well, I don't know how. I can only handle pizza like an hour or two days.
That fucking Chambers video took forever.
Goddamn.
Okay. Yeah, Prince is trying to get in. You want me to give him the link?
Let's get Prince instead of Sinatra.
Yeah, you're trading me for Prince. It's an even trade.
By the way, Samaj, that was an instruction for you.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I'm looking them up right now.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Oh, okay.
See ya. Bye.
Good having you,
Sinatra.
It was nice talking to you, buddy.
See you, Sinatra.
Yeah,
Rez said in the chat, some of that was on her. After about 20 minutes, the kind thing to do is give a little direction. I totally agree.
Totally.
Like move the head, like move your head or something.
Yeah. I feel like if she is going to shit talk you after it, I mean, that's kind of dog on of her to do that.
I'm sorry, it would be well before 20 minutes. If some chick's sucking my dick and she's doing an awful job, we're talking like 5 minutes before I'm like, no, do it like this.
Wow, you're gonna mansplain dick sucking to her? Wow. Look, I'm experienced at this. This is how you do.
Look, lady, not all dicks are the same here, all right? For me, it's more tongue than suck, all right? Get on it. Get with the times.
There you go, ladies. Now you know how to win Samaj's heart.
Yeah, more tongue,
I
less
hope the
suck.
chat is taking notes.
He's fucking 9 years eligible. Somebody, please take him.
Oh, fuck you.
See, for me, like I said, on my sex stories, I didn't learn anything from. They're just really fucking embarrassing.
Sorry,
Like, it's just really fucking embarrassing.
You go ahead, and then we'll get one from Peach.
There was the time, like, so there was one time I was writing this guy and I was choking him because I'm really freaky and I'm choking him and I'm on top of him and stuff and I'm writing him. He's really into it and stuff. And then, like, I feel him getting softer as I'm going and I'm just like, well, what's going on?
Oh, you fucking choked him till he passed out.
Well, no, I kept choking him and stuff because I thought that's what he wanted. So I kept going and stuff, and I kept going harder. And I'm just like, why is he going soft or whatever? And so, like, I stop for a second, and I'm like drunk and everything, and I take my hands off his throat, and he just goes. I'm so sorry. And then he slapped me in the face.
Yeah, set an egg timer next time.
Yep, he slapped me in the face, and then I punched him, and then we just kept going. It was great.
That's so funny. That's so funny. I've never had sex like that, where, like, you know, it's like hitting and stuff like that. I've never had that. I'm an innocent babe.
You're only a couple hours away, Bunty. Don't worry.
I could teach you some things if you're interested.
I'm an innocent babe. I just fucking, you know, I'm very passionate. You know, that's the way I am. I'm old school romantic. Like, honestly, like, I don't sleep around. I've tried that life where I just kind of sleep around. It just isn't appealing to me. So I spend a lot. I
can understand that.
Yeah, I'm very much a guy that likes to meet, like, a good girl that I can bring back to my parents, you know, and show, like, introduce her and be like, this is my girlfriend. And then, you know, and be as nasty as I want, like, in terms of, like, you know, bed. But I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where it's, like, hitting. But, I mean, I have been asked to be choked before, and it was okay. It was okay. It was an okay experience. I didn't do it enough to be like, all right, this is what I really like. I just kind of did it once, and she did a little too hard. So at one point, she was like, she, like, choked me, and I was like, ah! in the middle of sex. So I wanted to, like moan, and I was like.
Like, to be fair, I should add the fact that, like, as far as the really, really freaky stuff goes, I don't really do that unless I'm dating the person or, like, really trust them. Because, like, if you're getting tied up,
sure. Yeah, for sure.
You gotta trust the person. I'm not gonna bring someone over, for one night stand and then let them handcuff me to the bed and fucking dip.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. But then on top of that, like, I wasn't suggesting that you were like that or. I think that for me, it's just it comes down to marriage. Like, I really want to get married. I want to get married. I want to have, like, kids in the house. I'm married in the sense, like, I mean, how I define, marriage is, I know people think of the law and they think of, like, you know, getting married in the court. But, you know, I just, the idea of having a lifelong partner is something that really I appreciate, you know, someone that I can really.
And see, I never did. I'm with the missus at the start because we liked each other. Then it became something really official because we had a fucking kid, right?
Yeah.
But the whole idea is definitely grown on me.
Yeah, I mean, it's once you find someone that you really feel like is your partner, then you're good. You're okay. You can like have that, and I know that nothing is always permanent. Like nothing is like nothing is nothing lasts forever. You know, I know that sometimes unforeseen things can happen, but that's just life. You know, and ultimately, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. There's some people that really like, you know, there's definitely some things that need to be fixed in terms of how divorce is addressed in, you know, for males, because it's not favorable that at all for people in the States. But in Quebec, it's very 50-50. Like you cannot, you don't, by the way, they don't even have prenups here. Like there's no such thing as a prenup. You have to just you literally split it down the middle. It's like you're done, split it down the middle, or you come up with an arrangement that is favorable to the other person, but one that both parties have to agree on. And it's not like you know, like you can definitely see. I have a friend who's going through divorce, and she actually is not taking half of what he has. She's trying to make sure that he keeps everything, because she's like, I'm just gonna I ended this. You don't deserve to lose any money out of it, and that's what's happened. So that's what she's going through in Quebec. It's really cool. But if she didn't, she wouldn't be able to have asked more than 50%. 50% is the thing in Quebec.
Cool. No, that is really cool. Like, I think that would be an interesting system to implement here in the States, because it's so, you know, in favor of women, which is kind of a big issue. But, you know, I also think it's very noble to want to have a lifelong partner. I just recently started dating somebody and like calling them my boyfriend, and like I'm already all about like, oh, we're gonna be together forever and it's gonna be great, and we're just
that honeymoon period.
That's because you're taking your pills at the same time.
No, I mean, everything seems so great and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fantastic, and you know, we've been sleeping together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that it would be,
that dead air.
I think that it would be
cool. Prince is here.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going, Prince?
Hey, I think that it would be cool if people felt like it was a good idea to get married. Like, I don't think that should be any problem with traditionalism, but you know, it's like MGTOWs do have a little bit of a point when they talk about why they have chosen what they're saying. So it's like, you know, I don't know if the way to change things is being a MGTOW monk, but like things should change.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why these people exist is because there's a problem.
Yeah,
they exist because there's a problem. You know, like if there wasn't a problem, they wouldn't. If this thing wasn't there, it wouldn't exist. Like people aren't inherently evil. I don't think that they're inherently evil. They literally just want to survive, and they want to survive in the best way possible. And there's issues that are occurring, and that's why you have black supremacists, and that's why you have white supremacists, and you have all these people. Like that's what's going on. You have MGTOWs, you have militant, feminists. So like all these people.
You have bug chaser gay guys that have made it so that you can transmit HIV in California, and it's not a felony anymore.
I don't understand what the fuck is going on there. That's crazy. You guys hear about that?
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever.
How you can give blood to a blood bank.
Yeah. Like how the HIV thing in California?
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I'm sorry. I was talking to my friends. I was talking to my friends on the couch. I do apologize. Being rude. It's bizarre, huh? It's so strange. So stupid. It's so dumb. It's
yeah, well, I made a video about it actually, and so I for people who are unfamiliar with my channel, I haven't been streaming at all recently, so I haven't really been in live streams. I am a gay guy, and I lived in San Francisco for over 7 years. And San Francisco is not just, you know, one of the gay meccas, but it's very specifically the mecca of gay guys who have HIV. The guy who sponsored the bill is a San Francisco-based politician from California named Scott Wiener, who's a big slut. Like, he's always on the like hookup applications, like Grindr and Scruff, and like he sent friends of mine messages. They're like, "Oh my God, it's Scott Wiener's trying to hook up with me. Weird." And so what people don't understand about HIV is that it's an industry at this point. I mean, it makes sense if you like kind of think about it, like in terms of medications and everything like that. But there's also a gigantic social industry of charities and that kind of a thing that goes along with it. And I think that those types of people are very likely the types of people who decided that they should start advocating for this, because there's actually money in having a collective amount of people having HIV. It's very strange, and that's just my guess.
Sense.
Like,
it does make some sense. I mean, if you think about like cancer research, all that stuff, like, you know, like the amount of money that they make on, you know, cancer research, or the amount of money that they make on AIDS research, but you know, it's like AIDS isn't the as widespread of an epidemic that people would make it seem to be, whereas diabetes is, you know. Because of the amount of sugar that we all consume all the time. So
yeah, but diabetes isn't sexy, you know. It's hard to sell diabetes.
I'd say, well, I mean, it's like Stephen Crowder did something on this. He was a little bit unempathic, you know, about the whole situation. He was very much like, you know, he's like, yeah, you can't get AIDS, and it's just like weird stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm misrepresenting him. Do not hold. I'm not being real here. Like, it literally just like, anyway, it wasn't really met well, and that
was it. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just was gonna ask a question to Prince here. How, like, AIDS, you don't just like have sex with like one gay guy and then get AIDS. Like, even if he did have AIDS, like, and he had sex with you, it's the possibility of getting AIDS isn't like immediate.
Yeah, it's very, very low. It's almost impossible if you are penetrating them. You have to get it. You have to be the one that's being penetrated. They would have to come in your butt. And you not only, okay, I don't really know the specifics of this, but I think that you would have to have some sort of like internal bleeding, which most people do have a small amount of internal bleeding in their anus at most times. Like, it's just sort of like the nature of having an anus, like it sort of bleeds a teeny bit in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But even further than that, you actually have to have a lowered immune system yourself. And the other person has to, the other people, and this is another thing that people have to keep in mind, they have to have a high viral load of the virus. And so usually if somebody is on HIV medications, they can't transmit HIV to other people at all, because it makes it so that they're undetectable. So if they're taking their medications every day, they are probably not going to give it to anybody. So the people who are transmitting it are people that don't know that they have it, who have lowered immune systems and are having lots of sex. Usually it's gay guys who are meth addicts and they have like sex parties and stuff. And I've been to those. I didn't necessarily participate, but I have been at them, and it's grisly, like how these guys are. It's very, very strange.
It's really fucked up. Like, they're just like almost like not raping each other, but they're like fucking just grabbing each other and just doing shit.
It's okay. It's a little bit more like, okay, so the one that I went to that was particularly intense, it was an after party to another. Okay, so I had DJ'd or performed at some event that had a few hundred people at it, and at that event, it was a sex party by itself, in the way that there was a dance floor, a smoking area, a bar, and also rooms with beds and stuff, and you could go into the beds area and have sex with people, and you could be naked on the dance floor. So it was like that, you know. And they have condoms. Everything is, you know, it would not be cool to like smoke meth in one of those beds that you're at. But
smoking meth is a thing. Like, that's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like people like have parties and smoke meth.
Well, not so much at that thing, but at the after party.
That's by the way, when you said something about gay parties and like smoking meth and then sex, I had a bit of a delayed reaction. So I, like, as soon as you said sex, I like made a face, but I wasn't making a face about the sex. I was making a face about the meth part. Like I don't
Oh
care.
no, it's
the
fine.
meth part that gets me. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meth is just a complete fuck up right over there. I mean, you
Yes.
want to have a sex party, by all means, have a sex party, but just the meth part is ugh. Meth is disgusting. What a
Yes.
shit drug.
So what happened was I had been like DJing or performing at the party, and my friend, who was the head organizer of the party, and it's the same kind of like production company that throws parties regularly. He was a good friend of mine, and it was his birthday, so he wanted me to come along to the after party, and the party ended at 4 a.m. anyway. So the after party was like this crazy after party, and I went over to this apartment, and it was in the Castro neighborhood of San Francisco, which is like the gayest neighborhood in San Francisco. I like to say all of San Francisco is a gay neighborhood. The Castro is kind of like the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So we went over there, and I ended up staying there probably till, I don't fucking know, like 11 a.m. or so. But by the time I left, there was still a massive amount of people, and there was a room that was like the fucking room, and they were like smoking meth in there, and I knew that. I figured it out. And I witnessed it. I did not do it myself, but I'm kind of especially, I'm maybe not so much anymore. I was a very curious person in my like 20s and early 30s, and so if things were weird, I always wanted to check them out. I was like, God, I can't believe I'm actually at a party that's like this. Like, I didn't know how intense they were. And what was weird was that, okay, so there was a bed, and there was a big screen TV with porn on it, and then there was at least 5 or 6 guys on the bed at all times, and then there was like 2 dudes standing up naked jerking off in the room, just sort of like standing there doing that. And then there was other people that were like hitting up people on hookup applications, and those people would end up coming over to go into the sex room and just sort of like start fucking each other. And I didn't do it, so I don't know exactly like how you initiate sex in that environment. If you just turn to the person next to you and say, hey, I want to have sex with you, and they say yes or they say no, I don't really know. I just sort of poked my head in a little bit, but it's very, very strange. And there's not a lot of talking. Like, they don't really talk.
Just
so
kinda, like, bang it out and
it's really weird. Like,
I don't
know what really the mentality is that makes people enjoy that. Like, it's not something I can relate to, but it was very.
So basically, it's a HIV den, is what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of. It's like if somebody
HIV, but you were close.
What?
Huh?
He was saying HIV, not H.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing. If somebody wanted to come up with a way to get HIV, that would be it, and they do that. Like, they really actually do it.
Doesn't it also the amount of whatever infected body fluid you have, I guess you come into contact with, isn't that also a factor? Like,
if you let like one guy who has HIV in come in your butt, it would be a lot less likely to get it than if you let 5 guys come in your butt 3 days in a row. So
yeah, I got this one time where I was like a little scared that I got AIDS because I had like unprotected sex with a girl that I went on my second Tinder date with, and I was just like, I didn't finish though. That's the thing. So I didn't finish. I didn't really do anything else.
I don't think you need to finish to get AIDS.
I know, but like I wasn't going to say that. Well, I didn't finish, and I also feel like I wasn't like, I don't think my dick was bleeding at the time. So I'm pretty sure I don't have it.
Really, you were worried and didn't go to a clinic? Even in Canada, it's free.
Yeah, no, for me, it wasn't like it's that worry happened like 2 years later, by the way, because I only started talking about, here's the thing, it happened 2 years later. At the time, I didn't worry about it because I was like, whatever. Then like, 2 years later, we just like recently actually just talked about, like we just talked about people with STIs and stuff like that. And I've only pretty much had like sex with like very few people. Like I have like a handful of people. So that's why I was like, oh, I've never been, you know, I've always just asked people if they've gotten tested and never gotten tested, but I should probably go get tested before, you know, do anything else.
Fuck, throughout high school, I got tested after every new chick.
Really?
It was the safe way to go, and like I said, it's fucking free here.
Well, like I said, I'm like pretty much a relationship dude. Like I don't sleep with girls unless they're like relationship stuff. So I guess for me, it's like that's why like I didn't really think of doing it, because you know this other girl that I slept with, I was grooming for like a relationship. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like this is like I'd like to have to date this girl. But the reason why it stopped, the reason why it ended, was she was a little bit like rude in the sense that like she just didn't want to kind of give me my space. Like I was like at work on the weekend. I told her that I was gonna be at work on the weekend, and then she'd text me and be like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm at work." And so that never really happened. It was like really, it was meh. It was meh. It's like one of those. It was one of those situations where we both kind of just stopped texting each other, and then she eventually removed me from Facebook, and that was that. So, yeah.
All the chat's saying they need to go to church after listening to all the butt sex conversations.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe Stuttering Peach, one of you, you tell a sex club story. Maybe an Applebee's story.
Oh.
I don't have any sex club or Applebee's stories. Sorry, guys. Like I was saying in the chat, I'm really fucking vanilla.
You're vanilla? How old are you?
Good question.
I'm 26.
26. So young.
Oh wait, you said that last night. Never mind.
Yeah.
Can I explain why I wanted to be on this stream so bad?
No, it's the contrary. Well, we know why you wanted. It's for the exposure, Prince. You want us to make you.
Clearly, that is absolutely it. No, I just got a community strike.
Oh shit! Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. What the fuck? It was an old video. You said
it was a video from a year ago that wasn't even demonetized, and it was literally exactly a year ago because it was a National Coming Out Day video. So I made a joke video called "I'm coming out as retarded."
Oh wow!
And here's the thing: the point of the video. It was an advocation for it. It wasn't mean. It wasn't a response video. I did not say that we should be mean to retarded people. I didn't. The point was, I was like, okay, I think that people should be able to use the word retarded as a negative, because SJWs who get offended by that, and they do, they think that it's like this horrible thing that, you know, people say retarded, and they don't stop there. There's SJWs who get offended because people use the word stupid or idiot or moron, and they think that that's ableist. So it's like, once you start saying that you shouldn't be able to insult someone for their intelligence, which is what it is when you say that retarded is bad, or you say retard or whatever. Once you start saying that, it doesn't stop. And so I think that people should be allowed to say that. But I said specifically in my video that I don't normally use the word myself personally, and I explained why in the exact video. And that video got a fucking community strike, and it wasn't monetized. And oh my god, so I'm gonna make a video about this, but I wanted to mention that to people. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Oh shit, man. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I have it posted on my secondary channel. I'll post the link in the side chat.
Okay. For those of us like myself who are unaware, so what exactly does a community guideline strike do?
The first one means you can't stream for 3 months. The second means you can't post videos for I think 3 months. It might be longer. The third means say goodbye to your channel. And
it goes away after 3 months, though. So
3 months seems like an awfully long time.
No, it's I got one for the autistic feminist video, which nobody knows about because, of course, it was removed. But yeah, 3 months is it's a fucking quarter of a year. It's a ridiculously long time on the internet.
Especially in internet terms, that's forever.
Yeah, well, and especially for making a video where I did not actually really use the term. I just discussed whether or not people should be able to use the term. I was not sitting around calling people retards or like making a response video mocking someone calling, you know what I mean? It's
the kinds of people that flag videos aren't sitting there watching the video. They'll watch 30 seconds or read the title if they even make it to 30 seconds. Some just flag it because of the title. So like
absolutely
the people that are doing that are the kind of reactionary people that it's not going to matter what you did right. They're not going to see it. So
yeah, it's very likely going to be able to get appealed though. So.
Oh, okay. That was going to be my next question. Like, what are your actions? Are you able to appeal it? Are you able to do anything to stop this from happening?
Yeah, you can appeal it, but it's like they give you fucking like 200 characters to write the reason why. So it's I was just basically like, I said something that people say all the time, and the video wasn't monetized. That's like that's basically all I said. But that's all that needs to be said.
It almost doesn't matter what you write. I've seen a lot of people who the appeal, like, the 200 character, whatever you've written doesn't even matter. Like, they basically don't read it or take it into account at all. They'll send somebody to skim through the video and decide based on that, not based on what you said.
Yeah, so you better make sure you didn't say a mean word at any point. If they're scrolling through and they hit the word cunt, you're done.
Yeah, well, cunt isn't in there, and it's only retarded and retard and fucking tard.
Okay, if they hit any of those, you're done.
Well, that's
especially fucking.
It's weird though, because it's like people say that stuff all the time, and I didn't. And the ironic thing is that I don't, and I was talking about how I don't and why, and it's just like
you've got a channel called the Cunt Stream, which hasn't been taken down yet somehow.
It's not even been hit by the demonetization shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's because we are still very small. And
in fact, my channel's been hit, nice. And they're not too far off. We still have the Wizard of Cause nutsack video, which
God.
Prince got hit later that day.
Yeah.
For the same boobs that we had the whole stream.
I'm always with you guys when I get hit. Apparently, no, and that's okay. And here's the thing: when that happened, it was like this weird thing where like AJ was not showing her nipples. She had fucking tape over her boobs, and she was in the background anyway. Like, you'd have to like really actively want to think that was nudity.
No, and she had the tape on ours, but we had Wiz's fucking nutsack out.
Yeah, and then we got on my stream on my channel, and within 10 minutes, I was flagged. And then another thing to keep in mind is that I was one of the fucking first people to get the massive yellow demonetization thing. Like, me and Mr. Repsion got it in the same night. And then it happened to everybody within the fucking next month or so. And then now this is happening, where it's like a video that wasn't even demonetized and is posing the question or posing the argument that I think people should be able to use the word retarded as a negative. That gets me a community strike. It's just like, damn, they really fucking hate me. Is what I'm thinking.
Sorry, the chat, Angry Pepe in the chat just said you guys are running our friend Bunty through a misery simulator with this conversation.
That's okay. It's okay. I mean, I talk a lot, so I just like listening to people talk. Okay.
Now, Bunty, have you been hit by any of this? The demonetization, false?
I think so. Let me look. Let me just look at my.
I know you
had
something with Tariq Nasheed at one point. I know your Twitter went down. Did that affect your YouTube at all?
My Twitter got suspended and I had to rebuild. Let's see what's going on here. I only had 750,000 views on my channel. What the fuck? Random. It's so funny.
Schmeckel, give me a wrench so I can ban these fucking porn bots.
We have porn bots in the chat.
Don't ban the porn bots. They're so nice. Let's look at my video.
Yeah, that's a sign of status. I mean, we're moving up in this world. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean that's better than most of the people that watch us.
I'm gonna request.
I just want a wrench.
I'm trying to give you one. It takes time sometimes. There you go. You got a fucking wrench. Are you happy?
Thanks, baby. That Tariq shit went on for like a really long time.
Not everything, every grudge Tariq Nasheed has goes on for a long time.
Oh yeah, well the grudge we had together was a lot of fun. That was fun.
Well,
it was fun in a weird way.
When you're dealing with a rap god who comes up with such golden classics as "Wash Your Ass," I mean,
no, you said that wrong. It's "Wash Your Ass."
Oh, my problem.
You got to pronounce it like Tariq does.
Wash your ass.
Wash it. If I have to, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
You're not going to gain any fucking street cred with Bunty if you're fucking mispronouncing shit, Samaj.
I'm dyslexic. I have a way out.
That has nothing to do with speech, and you know it.
Are you fucking like shaming me for my fucking disabilities? How fucking dare you? You're lucky you didn't mispronounce my pronouns.
I don't even fucking know your pronouns.
Oh, I've been on this stream for how long? You don't know my fucking pronoun. My pronoun is fucking nigger.
Well, you can't by the whole fucking
Bunty's face.
You silly guys.
Yeah.
Weren't you looking for something?
Was I looking for something?
No?
Me? No, I'm always on Twitter, so people are barking.
Oh, what? Are you getting hate now?
I'm always getting hate. Well,
Bunty's been getting hate the past couple fucking days.
That's true. That's true. You don't really get like a moment away from the haters, do you? And you're not. You're a nice guy. Why the fuck are you getting all this hate?
And that's the weird thing. It's not like Bering doesn't deserve the hate he gets, but Bering is an offensive guy. Bunty's not.
I'm not offensive, or try not to be. I mean, I'm offensive to other people. Like, I mean, calling fucking Destiny shrimpy is definitely not being nice. So,
well, no, it's a neat thing to say, but
sorry.
What
if you're gonna get offended by something Bunty says, you're a bit too fucking sensitive for this world, basically.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I knew that shrimpy would offend him for sure, because I mean, shrimpy just means that he's, I don't know, a shrimpy fucking dude. He's like,
wait,
what is he like?
Who was it you said this to again?
A Destiny.
Okay, nobody in the chat follow Bunty's example.
Yeah, don't.
And that was the same Destiny that debated Sargon, wasn't it? And JonTron.
Yeah, he seems to like debating people that are bigger than him and have more clout than him. He seems to like enjoy that thing. It's okay though. I mean,
Twitter. Oh, I was just gonna say, Bunty, if you want to follow me back, I'd love to talk to you further about some stuff.
Sure. What's your Twitter again?
It's Satan Queen _666.
Oh my gosh.
I literally just tagged you in something.
She's edgy as fuck.
I know.
All right.
Hey, you know exactly what she wants you to talk to her about, right, Bunty? A fucking better part of an hour.
Oh no, we just had a really great dialogue, and I wanted to continue that dialogue, so I didn't want to let it pass.
Where the hell is my thing here? Oh, there it is. Is it here? There it is. There it is.
There
Sure.
I appreciate it. I know you probably don't. You're probably really selective about who you follow, but
I'm very selective about who I follow.
So it's occurred to me that we have entirely wasted the presence of Peach tonight. Also, yes, Samaj, do that thing you want to do. We've wasted Peach's presence. We haven't asked her any questions.
Why? Bunty's the bigger guest. You talked to me for like 6 hours yesterday, dude. What do you have left to ask me?
That's actually true. Anyone else who has questions for Peach? I got none left.
Peach, is that your name because you have a really nice ass or a really nice rack?
Both.
Let's go with both, yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't show her face, so that's the obvious answer. Both.
Yeah.
Both. Next question.
Yeah, I don't have to back this up with actually showing myself, so I'll just say both. Just pretend I'm Miranda Kerr. It'll do well for us.
See,
for me, Samaj had a question for Peach that he may have already asked yesterday. I don't remember. Did you already ask it yesterday?
For Peach? No, I don't fucking know what I was gonna say. Because I totally forgot. Because
I know you brought up something.
Okay.
No, I got nothing for you, dude. So, so I don't know. I have curiosity for some of you guys, because I've been experimenting a little bit with the other platforms out there. I know I'm cheating on YouTube, and I'm going to things like vid.me, or I haven't tried any of the other stuff. Have you guys explored any of these areas in case YouTube ever actually implodes?
I post my videos to a bunch of other sites, but I never actually check those sites unless I'm signing in to post a video.
It's so real.
I
do the same thing with VidMe, but the engagement on VidMe, like the comments and stuff, I'll get like one comment every like 3 days or something over there, so it's really not worth.
I don't even know if I've gotten comments because I don't check. I log in, I post my fucking video, and I leave.
There are just so many accounts. Like, for me, I feel like, and anyone can agree, there are so many different fucking accounts, like, that you have to have as far as networking and stuff, like expanding your channel. You have to sign into so many different fucking things. It blows my mind. Like,
oh, yeah, that's why I gave up on all of them except for Twitter and YouTube. Everything else is just
famous like Bunty off one
post a link to a video.
Yeah, I am hoping on BitChute doing well because it's a blockchain type of site, and those are supposed to be like they're not centrally governed, so they aren't censorable, and it's supposed to have it's supposed to be designed around Bitcoin wallets or something, which is supposed to be the wave of the future for internet commentators. So
I don't know so much about that. The Bitcoin is very, very volatile.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what it would be cool if all of that ended up like the blockchain Bitcoin thing, like the way that the optimists describe it. It sounds cool, and so I would like to believe that BitChute is going to be the place of the future, but I have not actually uploaded a single video there.
No, I do like them. I've uploaded a couple. They're supposed to like automatically upload your YouTube videos or something, so I don't know if videos keep coming out there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true. Fucking StickSeximHammer said that, but I think that might just be because he is rather big channel and he is big in the libertarian scene, and they probably want to impress the libertarian scene. But Irate Bear told me that he tried to get them to do the same thing and they never got back to him.
Oh, okay, so it might be something where you need to actually go there and upload your shit. But I do know that their support team is very quick to respond. Okay. Also, one time they threatened to beat me up. BitChute beat me up on Twitter.
What? Who? BitChute?
Yeah, I was talking to someone. One of my followers had said something, and I'd followed them back. And they were like, "Oh, Schmeckle's following me." And then a couple comments later, BitChute comes in like, "Oh, hey, is he following you? We'll rough him up if you need it." It's like, "Oh, shoot, BitChute just threatened to beat me up."
That's cool.
I feel like they're run by shitlords, which is either a good or a bad thing.
That is good.
Bunty, is it getting late up your end?
Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. How long does this thing normally go for?
These things go until I get bored of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can dip out at any time.
I can? I just feel rude. I feel rude dipping out. I don't want to like dip out.
Oh, he's such a Canadian. Oh my god.
Okay. Well,
Bunty, if you're tired, you don't gotta stick here for the whole thing.
Well, it's not that I'm tired. I was actually supposed to just play a game with a friend, and he's not responding now, and I feel really bad because he's not.
Well, if your friend responds, dip out. It's all good.
I don't think he's. I don't know if he is going to, but we'll see.
I think he's offended. Bunty was.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Bunty didn't show up.
We respect you very much for giving us 2 hours as it is. So.
This is fine. It's my pleasure. I get to talk to people and have a good time. It's nothing better than that.
Has it been 2 hours?
So
yeah, it's getting
You're
close.
so cute, Bunty.
Thank you. Take it easy, guys. Have a nice one. Huh?
Yeah, see you later. Nice to talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Christ, that guy was.
Oh, bless him.
What an agreeable man.
No, I'm pretty convinced after our conversation, he's definitely a Nazi.
Yeah,
White
I really
supremacist.
got that vibe too.
He
Guys,
clearly hates the
we can-
Jews,
we can
blacks,
breathe
and
now.
browns.
We can breathe now. He's gone.
He enables white supremacy.
At least at this point, we don't have to all just keep agreeing with him so that he doesn't, Holocaust us.
He's a house sand N-word.
Oh man, the faggot's afraid to say nigger.
Wow.
I am legitimately afraid of people. No, because I'm sorry.
You're not on your channel. Don't worry, it's the fucking cunt stream.
No.
If
Here's
we
the
get
thing.
hit, we should have months ago.
No, here's the thing. Knowing that this is the fucking third time that something has happened to me on YouTube, like I got flagged for that tiny little infraction of having AJ's nipple tape in the background. And then I also was one of the first to be demonetized, and then also this happened, and then all the shit that happened to me on Facebook, which I made videos about. Like, I kept getting banned on Facebook for the most. Like, I got a temporary ban for saying crap and hell. I got a temporary ban for calling a feminist a bully. These are not even swear words. And what I really, really think it is, and this sounds a little bit self-aggrandizing, but I do not give a shit. I think that there is a specific list of people that social media knows are well connected, that know a lot about left-wing politics, but are no longer in favor of it. And I'm on that list. Like, I have, I at one point had about 2,000 friends on Facebook, and 85% of them are total SJWs that live in, New York, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland. That's where all these people that I know are. And I knew these people that were like anarchists and fucking like total communists. Like, I know people that to this day think Yvette Falarca is a brave, strong woman. And so I know that all of that world from the inside out, and I not just can speak about it, but I can speak about it in a way that doesn't actually violate the rules, which is why they grasp for straws to fucking silence me, is what I kind of think. And because it's like they censored me on Facebook. I got like a month ban for calling a feminist a bully. I got a month ban for saying I was a Russian hacker bot designed to destroy Hillary Clinton. Like, that's madness. And so yeah, it's really strange. And I don't remember why I went on the tirade, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember where that started. But it was a good story. I liked it. It had a beginning, middle, end.
It needed more dragons, though.
Yeah, some dragons would have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just shoehorn some dragons in next time.
And just a little tip for improving your story.
Some White Walkers.
No.
That's triggering.
Game of Thrones shit. Just fucking regular dragons. Also, the gay club story you told earlier. Dragons there too.
There was some Asian guys.
Close enough. I'm sure they had dragon tattoos.
Actually, I think the one guy did. Now that I remember.
Of course.
Fun sex party memories.
No, I still want to hear Peach's sex party memories.
I sent the link.
The only time the word sex party has ever come up in my life, and this is a true story, was I used to work next to this like Asian grocer, and the guy was from Hong Kong, and he was like a real weirdo. Like, he was just funny, and we were friendly and everything, but he had a really weird sense of humor. He was kind of creepy. And I put on a dress one day, which he thought was really weird because he only ever saw me in uniform. And he said, "Oh, why are you dressed like that?" And I said, "I'm going to a party." And he's like, "What, a sexy party? A sex party?" And I was like, "No, my friend's toddler is turning 2. That's as party as math gets. Sorry, guys."
Christ, you have like a Samaj lifestyle, except you've been laid this year.
Have I?
Have you been late this year?
I don't know. You said something
I-
about
I-
a boyfriend coming. I assume that meant sex.
No, we didn't get time for anything.
Well, at least you had.
He
time
was
for
serious
something.
and you left.
If you had a boyfriend over and he didn't find time to stick it to you, there's something wrong with your relationship.
He's Japanese. They're so conservative, dude. You don't know.
I remembered what I forgot before. So I want to just say it real quick. Due to all of that, like the weird crossover between the way that they were censoring me on Facebook and the way that they have censored me on YouTube, I feel like I need to be overwhelmingly careful about the words that come out of my mouth, because I feel like I am actually being monitored on a cross-platform type level. And like it's as if they kind of think that, you know, maybe if people heard me, they would want to hear more or something, and so they're trying their best to, and so, like, you know, I'm just waiting for the hit piece to come out on me. So that's honestly
I don't think there'd be a hit piece on you, only because unless you're like really super popular. I mean, Sargon's really popular, and there's like articles and stuff on him, but there's never like a news thing about him or anything like that. I think it's just people are getting taken down so frequently. And that's
okay. Wait. We have somebody in the chat. It's Atlas Side. He says, "I can't believe Peach Balie has been laid without video proof." I don't think we can demand video proof, but Atlas Side, as a 40-something-year-old virgin, don't throw those accusations around.
I think I'm getting pretty tired here, guys. I might dip out too.
Yeah, we should probably call her quits.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, Samaj, do the thing where you say who was on here.
Oh my god. The only person that left was Sinatra and Bunty King. Everyone else is still here.
There we go. And then we've got we had fucking Stuttering Soliloquy, Samaj, Prince of Queens, and you know, not Sugar Tits. Oh, and Joshua Click. I just sent him the invite, but Josh, we're actually we're wrapping down now.
No.
Well, hi guys.
Sorry. When I sent you the link, we weren't wrapping down yet, but now we are.
You don't have to wrap down. I'm just gonna go because I got
Well,
too friggin' hot.
There's something I have to say.
Okay, let's hear Josh's bit.
Make sure you go to patreon.com/white YouTuber. Sorry, I'm worried about my buddy Whitey. I haven't heard from him. He had surgery, and yeah, just trying to keep him in your thoughts.
Yeah, Whitey. I did want to say this the other day. I didn't get a chance to before he went into surgery.
What was
as much as I say shit about the white YouTuber, I do genuinely hope he doesn't die. I hope he makes it through his surgery.
Can I ask what the surgery was?
It's on his leg or something.
Okay.
No, it was his back.
Okay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Jeez, watch his video, man. Come on.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. How about that?
The very last video he did, he actually called it his last video. He's making fun of the YouTube CEO, but he gets really deep at the end of it. It's legitimately one of the best videos I've seen all year. And I'm not saying that because Whitey's my boy. I'm saying that because it really is that good.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, with that fucking depressing note, we're gonna wrap down. Everybody, fuck off. Whitey,